Good afternoon, everybody. This is Kent Clothier with REI Nation on our Facebook live call this afternoon. Got a great guest we're going to visit with just in a second, and one of the ladies out of our customer service department. I'll introduce them both to you in just a few minutes. But again, I wanted to say thank you to everybody for being on. Another live call that I'm doing today. Chris does usually one a week. I do 3 or 4 a month, and we try to bring you an interesting topic, an exciting guest, and hear some real live stories about how things are going here at REI and how we do some things with our property management company. But first, a couple of things. We have a lot of new people in our group today. We're right at 6,400, I believe. I think I made a mistake a couple of weeks ago and said it's 6,600. It's 6,400 plus today, growing at about 200 or 300 a month. Our group has been together about 7 or 8 months. We have a lot of active people on the group. We urge you to ask us questions, jump in on the group, have a conversation. Some of you may have seen the post earlier today. We're getting a lot of people in our group that are posting ads and doing some things that we don't want in our group, soliciting and doing different things like that. And we kill them off as quick as we see them. So please don't do that in our group. That's not what it's about. It's not a place for anybody to advertise or solicit or talk about Bitcoin or anything else on there. That's not what we do here. And so we just asked our group members to refrain from doing that, because we are going to delete it, and probably you at the same time when we do that. So a little bit where we are today with REI, the middle of March, about 10 weeks in. We're on track to do about 950 properties this year that we're going to close, sold to our investors. Our buying team is having an excellent month on buying houses. We'll probably buy another 120, 30 houses this month. Our renovation department today has 195 renovations going on in our 8 cities. We are now buying more than ever in San Antonio and Alabama. So those are emerging markets. We're also in the process of evaluating some other markets for later this year. We're doing due diligence now on about 8 different markets. And so hopefully we'll have some announcements on that in the next 3 or 4 months, possibly on where we're going next. We continue to build our team in Birmingham and Tuscaloosa and Huntsville, as well as San Antonio. We're looking at some other Texas cities. We're looking at some other Tennessee cities, and looking at some other Alabama cities, as well as some Mississippi cities and a Florida city that we're considering today. So we continue to move forward in our journey towards 10,000 properties under management. Today, we're at about 6,500 properties today in all of our states, and we'll go by the 7,000 properties somewhere early in the fourth quarter of this year. Again, on our way to 10,000 properties. We're approaching 100 properties already that our business development side of our business has added to our portfolio. Devarte has gone out, and I think the report today is we've picked up we're right at 87 houses today, with almost 40 owners that have come into PPMG, bringing their properties over for us to manage. So we're excited about that. We think we'll probably add close to 300 houses this year on that side of the business. We didn't really know that the demand was that great out there for us to manage properties in cities, something that we have never done before about 6 months ago. So we're excited about adding those properties to us. So again, we thank everybody today for jumping on here on the call with us and watching today. Again, I want to remind you to hit the like button, the love button, and share this with others. That's how we've grown the group to where it's at today this quickly. So let me introduce first the lady on the call today, Jill, in our customer service department. Jill, you've been with us how long, ma'am?
Right at over 5 years.
A little over 5 years. Does a great job in our customer service department. Handles 200 plus clients. Is that right, roughly?
365.
300. So I was a little off. 365, and that's why we're adding more people in our customer service department this year. But Jill's job in our company is to be the conduit with her and our owners. Her job is to talk to our owners every single month. And if it's a new client like we have on here today, which I'll introduce Anthony in just a second, her job when Anthony first closes his first house is to talk to him once a week for the first 4 weeks and then once a month thereafter. And that is, we set that protocol up so that when we have a new investor in our group, like Anthony, that we can make sure that he or she is getting all the information, all the communication, all the data points or whatever they may want to know about the process of onboarding them and their house into our system. And we've learned over the years that as we've grown our customer service department today to, let me see how many down there, 2, 4, we have 8 ladies in our customer service department, 6 in Memphis, 2 in Dallas, be adding another one in Dallas in the next 60 days as we try to better serve our clients and give them an even better experience. So having said that, let me go and introduce Mr. Anthony Beard, and I'm going to let him tell us a little bit about himself and his journey to us and his acquisition of his first property and how he checked us out and how it's gone so far. So Anthony, we usually don't have first-time buyers on the call, but our team was really excited about you. I know Ashley Tinker, your advisor, spoke very, very highly of you and your family, and highly suggested to me that we get you on here, and Jill as the same. So welcome to our call today. Welcome to the REI PPMG family. It's our pleasure to serve you. Tell us about how we came together, because I know our listeners are excited to hear your story.
Yeah. Oh, man. Thank you so much for that, Kent. Thank you, REI Nation, for everything you guys do. I'm so excited to be on this call. Before I even bought a property, I was like, one day that's going to be me. I'm going to be on that call, because I was watching your guys' videos from the get-go. Even before you made your Facebook group, I was watching stuff. I was reading blogs and posts from Chris. And anyways, let me back up a little bit. In 2019, I learned that I was going to be inheriting some money in the future. Didn't know when, but I knew it was going to be coming my way. So I really thought to myself, okay, what am I going to do with this money? What's the wisest thing I can do? I want to invest it. I want to grow it. I don't want to splurge. I don't want to be foolish with it. I have a family. Real estate always interested me. I didn't know anything about it though. So I think I Googled or went to Amazon, and I just looked up books on real estate investing. And the first one that popped up was Brandon Turner's, the book on real estate. I think it was the book on real estate investing. And it's a #1 bestseller. And I started reading it, and I listened to it on Audible. And that's how I found Bigger Pockets. That was in, I think, near the end of 2019. And so I was in Bigger Pockets for a while, reading different forums, reading different articles, and then I just started eating up books. I probably read 10 to 15 books, either read or listened to them. And Brandon is always encouraging you to find your niche. You know, is it multifamily? Is it wholesaling? Is it flipping? Is it single family? And single family was the bread and butter. You know, that's the one that really appealed to me. Then I realized, man, I don't want to manage these things. I want to be as hands-off as possible. So I learned about turnkey, and I started really researching turnkey and found out all the cons, all the bad stuff, all the good stuff. And I just looked for the best. And I probably looked at, I don't know, 5 to 10 different turnkey management properties. Well, they don't all manage their properties a lot of times, but a lot of turnkey companies. And at that time, you guys were Memphis Invest, and you guys stood out a little bit at the time to me, because I had done a lot of research. And then as time has gone on, that gap just widened. It was like, oh, it's just clear. This is who I need to go with is REI Nation. It was just so clear. I listened to Chris's book, The Turnkey Revolution. I probably read or listened to that book 3 times, I think. So I'm a big fan of Chris's. And then I think at the end of 2019, I contacted you guys, and I think I spoke to Lauren, was her name, just as an introductory. And she was great. But I just wanted to get in touch. I wasn't ready to move forward yet, but I wanted to just start that relationship. And then 2020 came, and we all know what's happened in 2020. I worked at a Christian camp I'm in California. Right now I live in Fresno, California, but I lived up at a camp about 2.5 hours north of here. And I was there for 11 years, 12 years, met my wife there. We have 3 kids. 2 of them were born while we were working and living at that camp. But when 2020 hit, when COVID hit, I'm just calling 2020 a COVID. That's the year COVID, not 2020. Yep. Our revenue, our income just dried right up. No campers. Nobody could go to camp. Are you kidding me? So everybody was told within 2 months. So March, around this time was when the lockdown started. Then April, we just had people start canceling, and all of us were really getting nervous, getting scared. And I think it was in May, we were told we were going to lose our jobs. They were going to sell the camp, and I needed to now I had to find a place to live because the camp provided us a house for us. So I had to find a place to live. I had to find a new job. I had to get insurance for my family. And we just found out my wife was pregnant with our 3rd child. Wow. The weight on my shoulders was just immense. And so I'm a follower of Christ. So I prayed and I sought guidance and help from people and friends. And funny enough, the company that owned the camp offered me a position here in Fresno at their state office. I was the only one from the camp that was able to transfer over. And I'm the marketing manager for the California Southern Baptist Convention right now. And it's been quite the transition. We moved to Fresno. My wife had her baby. December 3rd was our 3rd. His name is Isaac. And it's been quite the whirlwind. Throughout all of that time, though, is when I inherited a little bit of my inheritance. Not all of it, but some of it. And I knew right away what I wanted to do. And that was to purchase a property through REI Nation, like without a doubt. I mean, I was so anxious. So I contacted Lauren, I think it was in October or November or something like that. And then she got me in contact with Ashley Tinker, who was wonderful, answered all my questions. She did a great job just helping me narrow down what I was looking for. I had a good idea of what I was looking for, but she really helped me to narrow that down and focus me on what I really wanted, what was important to me. And so she showed me some properties, and then I think in the end of December, we said, let's go ahead and move forward with this one property. And then we closed at the beginning of January. And so we've only been, real estate investors for two months, I guess. Yeah, 2 months, man, we're really green. And Jill was brought on to do exactly what you guys say in all your videos. And that's the first 4 weeks. Actually, I think she went above and beyond. She did like 5 weeks. And she even did more because of the freeze that you guys experienced. So she called me again and updated me on that. And she's just been wonderful to talk to and work with. And it's been quite the journey. You guys, your company is phenomenal. You add great value to clients. I love your core values, how you treat not just the clients, but you treat the residents. And I love how you make that distinction that they're called residents. That's a big deal. Maybe a lot of people don't catch on to that, but I think that's wonderful that you guys make that distinction because you want to show that you value them and you treasure them. And same with your vendors. I hear you take really good care of your vendors. So you do it right. You do it right. You treat everybody how they should be treated and how you want to be treated. And I love that. And I'm probably one of your biggest fans, I would say, for REI Nation, for Premier Property Management Group. Like, I'm a big old cheerleader for you guys, and I can't wait to do more with you. Seriously, I'm excited.
Well, again, we thank you for all the comments. And so I'll address a few of those issues. First off, when you make contacts with us, we have 3 people that do the same job that Lauren does, and Lauren does a great job. She's front and center by talking to new people and getting them ready and see if it's a fit with us and see if what they're trying to do is what we're trying to do. And because we're not for everybody, and we've found out that over the years, because we're a little bit different type of company. We're all up in the details. We're very involved with the property. You don't just give it to us and we walk away. We're all over this thing every single day. And we've had owners that want to, they want to be involved in the management, and they want to approve the resident, and they want to, all of this kind of stuff. We just kind of have to let us do what we do, and I think you'll be happy. All right, we have 2,400 investors with us. I'm sure they're not all happy. I'm sure we have a few that whatever, but our job is to give you an unbelievable experience. And are we always going to be perfect? No. Is there going to be a move out on that house at some point? And there going to be a maintenance at some point? But I think people that you talk to that have done business with us know that we do the right thing. We take care of our residents, we take care of our investors, we take care of our vendors, and we take care of our staff. Staff that you have working for you here, starting with Lauren and Ashley, Tinker, Jill, and people in our maintenance department. It's hard to come to work for us, and we always say this: that average people cannot work here, because the bar is set so high on what we want to do for people like you, and the experience that you have and our residents have. And it's like today, we just finished our 1 o'clock meeting, and we had a couple of resident surveys. They gave us a perfect score, but they had a couple of things. There was a light bulb on the back porch that didn't work, and some ladybugs on the window Those are the kind of details that we look at. Yeah. Most people don't give a what about that. Right. We want to go out there and make that right, and because that's not the product that we wanted to hand her. And those are the kind of details that we do, and it takes the great staff of people that we have working here to pull this off at the volume that we do. And you may or may not know that we manage over $1 billion worth of properties, all single family homes, no group of apartments or anything in there. Every one of those are different single family houses that have built up over the last 17 years. But the people that you were talking about that took you through the process, and then after you got the house, then you went through our closing department with different ladies in there. And then we kind of move you along this journey here from Lauren to Ashley, Tinker, into the closing department, and then finally with Jill, that'll work you through the rest of it. And then at what point you're interested in buying another property, Lauren will have Ashley get back in touch with you. And I'm sure Ashley will be in touch with you time to time, just checking in with you, see what your goals and aspirations are and when you want to move forward. But it's fun to have a new person on here and hear the excitement and the energy in your voice about coming into our company. And to us, it's a long-term relationship, and we look forward to helping you build a portfolio. As you may or may not know, we have almost 400 customers that own 5 or more properties. I think we have almost 50 investors now that own 10 or more properties. And I think we have 5 or 6 that own 20 or more properties, somewhere in there. And I think our biggest investor owns 30-something properties with us. And they built up over time for their retirement or their kids' college or whatever. So our job, Anthony, is to make sure at night when you go to bed and lay your head on the pillow, we got this property taken care of. Pre-COVID, we used to travel around the country and have events, 200 or 300. In fact, I think our last event was in Northern California, or maybe Hawaii, that we take a group of our people, a half dozen people, and we'll have 200 or 300 people at an event. It's kind of a mix and greet, and we meet people, and there's existing customers there. And we really like to go out and meet our customers and talk to the clients that we have. But our reputation, our credibility, and our integrity is the most important thing to us, and every person in our company knows that. They also know the most important job in our company is renting houses, because if we don't rent every house, and today at 1 o'clock, let me look over here, little Ryan, what we have over here today. How many? Yeah, we had 50 houses available out of over 6,000 that were vacant today for rent. And I think several of those have already have deposits in on them. But the most important job in our company is not rehabbing, it's not buying, it's not selling, it's renting houses. Because if we don't have that income for you, then you're not going to buy any more houses. So every one of our people, all 100 of them know that's the most important job. We've got a great rental team that takes care of all that and works through those. But let me stop for a second and see if myself or Jill can answer any questions for you, and see what other thoughts you may have.
Yeah, as far as questions, I don't know if I have any for you guys, because since I watch almost every video you guys put out there, I can almost regurgitate everything you just said, but I probably not. But I'm familiar with what everything you just said. I was gonna say the reason why I went into real estate was the passive income. It was just
Sure.
too tempting, too alluring, and it's just funny. I talk to other people around me, you know, my peers, and it's like they can't see past their current 9 to 5. You know, they can't. It's hard for them to see past that, to see a light at the end of the tunnel. You know, and I say you got to fight. It's got to be more than just the money. You know, it's not about the money. You need to have a bigger dream than that. For me, it's to have more time with my family, to be able to travel a little bit, to be able to serve and volunteer, to do those kinds of things. That's what drives me. To be able to give more, to help people out. That's the kind of stuff that drives me. And so I think right now today is what can I do to earn more income so that I can invest more into passive type income. So real estate isn't the only thing I do, but it's my main vehicle of choice as of right now, that I'm looking at. And I'm really green, I'm really new, and your team was wonderful in holding my hand. I think I said, Ashley, I need you to hold my hand through this. I was like, I'm so new, I'm so green. Yeah, I've read a lot of books and I've done a lot of research, but I haven't done it. You know, I haven't put it into practice. So this is my first time putting it into practice, which is a big deal. If you're not a real estate investor, if you've never done it, you might have all this knowledge and you might be accumulating all these facts and all these strategies, but if you don't put it into practice, I mean, it doesn't do you any good. So I encourage anybody listening right now, if they're on the fence, take that next step. Make the call. Just call. You know, you're not committing to anything yet. Just make the call. Introduce yourself. Just take that next step. The next step. And you guys are great about guiding people through that. I think closing was Chase. Chase was the one who helped close, and she was wonderful.
She's awesome. Yep. Chase is great. Yep.
Yeah, very responsive. Another thing I like about your company is, the customer service is the thing that stands out. Both Jill and Ashley would ask, well, when I was working with Ashley, she would ask about my wife, you know, and how the pregnancy was going, because she's pregnant and she's due anytime now, I think in April or something like that.
I almost had to take her yesterday, but no, she's due any day now. She came in today for a few hours, and she's so valuable to us and does such a great job. She's going to be down for 2 or 3 months, however long she needs. But yeah, she's due just about any day now, so she's getting close.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's so wonderful. So it was nice. It was really cool to be able to relate to her. You know, we were both in this hey, we both have a baby coming soon. So we were able to connect on that. And so that I guess that's the difference right there is, yes, you guys are professional and you know what you're doing, but there's also that personal element that you can connect with people. And Jill, almost every single time she talks to me, I think asks how my family's doing, how my baby's doing. She asked it, you know, today when we got on at first. And I just really love that. That means a lot to me. That relational aspect is a big deal.
Well, let's go to Jill and see. Jill, tell us a little bit about how it's going with Anthony, and jump in here. Any comments that you may have? Don't want to leave you sitting on the sideline there.
He's been awesome to work with. There's always a new person. They come in and they're kind of nervous, like he said, hold their hand. Because once he gets to me, there's so many more questions to be answered. Like how we do rentals. We start 6 months in advance. I try to communicate and educate on this end, because he needs to know that I am your one-stop shop. You don't have to have another number at our company to ask about the rental prospects or what's going on with a resident. Or like, 4 weeks ago when we had the ice storm, we talked about, how his property was. It looked like we had a little issue there. It ended up not being. It was just some water that had seeped in from the ice. I tried to educate him on that issue as well. But talking to him and his wife both, ask questions, but every time I try to communicate and educate them as well of anything that's coming up, of, how we do renewals, move outs, etc. So just try to communicate and educate with him, and educate him and let him answer questions as well.
Well, that's what Jill does all day long, talks to our clients like yourself, her job is to solve your problem, get back with you and get you the answer, good or bad. And like she said, there'll be time, hopefully we'll have a renewal on your property as we get closer, whenever it renews, and help you on your next property. And if there is a maintenance situation, she'll be the first to talk to you about that and walk you through that. And we're here to make the journey really, really smooth. And that's why people stay with us and buy more houses and engage with us. And so I'll just say that if we've earned the opportunity, as you talk to your different friends and along the path for a referral, we would certainly appreciate it. And you could pass that along to Jill and she would get it to Ashley. But we just want to make sure that we're serving you every single day. And, a lot of our customers when we first started, they thought all of what we did was just sales talk. They don't call me every week. They don't do that. But I think if you look back through the notes in that group, all the favorable comments, you will see that we do exactly what we say we're going to do. And we don't get off of it. And we're always looking for ways to improve it. And anytime we have a mistake or along the way, we're trying to figure out how for that to never happen again. And we could always make it better. So how old is your littlest one? Was it Isaac?
Yeah, very good. Isaac, he's 3 months old. Yeah. And then, and I'll bring him down. They're upstairs right now, so you guys can see him real quick if you want to do that. Okay.
Sure. So we also want to make sure we invite you to either our Memphis office or our Dallas office. We have visitors coming into Memphis this Friday and Texas office next Monday. So if you can ever find your way down, I know you got children that are in school probably or getting close to it, but we love it when our investors come into town and meet our team and meet all the people here. And we have an office in Texas that has about 25 people. And in Memphis, we have about 80 people. About 80 people working in our Memphis offices. So we love it when people come in and kick the tires and see who we are and make sure this is all real and it's not smoke and mirrors. So
yeah, totally. If I can, I'd like to go back.
Anthony, I lost you there. I cannot hear you. We have a little bit of weather here right now. It's kind of died down. You're still.
You there?
Yeah, there you go, Anthony. Go ahead.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
You said I'd like to. Go ahead.
Go back to when we acquired the property. When we closed, there wasn't a resident in place, which was fine. I wasn't too concerned about it. And Jill did a great job updating me on that. I remember I was looking at I think the PPMG website, and I saw my property there, and I think there was one picture because you were almost done with finishing up the finishing touches and getting those pictures done, but it wasn't quite ready yet, just with those closing pictures. And I remember going, man, I sure hope they get some more pictures up there so people can see this. I was like, I'm in marketing, so I was like, okay, I know I'm trying to trust. They know what they're doing. They've done this a lot, but are you going to put up a couple more pictures so people can see the inside? And they're like, yeah, of course we're going to do that. And then I think it was like 2 weeks later, Jill called me and said, well, we have 3 applications. And I was like, what? You didn't even have a chance to market it. I mean, seriously, you guys didn't. I think it might have been the signs in the yard. I'm not sure, but it was incredible. I think one was a transfer, from another one of your properties, but then the other 2, I don't know where they came from. And you quoted me a price, when I got the prorated the first time. And then when it actually, the lease came in and the signed lease, I think it was $50 or $60 higher than what I was quoted. And then, a $50 increase for year 2. And I was like, oh, see, this is why I went with them. This is why. It's just, you just met that expectation. Actually, you went above that expectation, really. I was just blown away that you didn't have to market it. And it was already a done deal. It's just been really cool. So this month is the first time we're going to receive the full month's rent. Cause I know you guys take the first full month and then ours, our resident started January 15th or something like that. So the second month was, half the amount. And so this is our first month receiving the full amount. So it's really exciting when you finally get to see that passive income come in. You're like, oh, here we are, here we go. And it's really fun, really exciting.
Well, again, we're glad that you're give us the opportunity to serve you. And this is what we do every single day. And having you on the call today is great. And I'll tell you, you got a really good team around you with Jill and Ashley Tinker and Lauren to help you. And there's no better group of people to guide you through it. We've already got, there's a plan in place for when Ashley Tinker is gone for 3 or 4 months that we won't miss a beat right there. Just let Lauren know, and we'll move you on to the person that's covering for her and take care of her. But again, it's people like you that help us move our business forward every month. About 25-30% of our business is new people like yourself, and the rest of our business is existing customers buying more properties. And that's the part of the business that we really love as people grow their portfolios and they move towards getting into the WOW group. I think so far this month, we've had like 6 or 7 people that have bought their 5th property, closed on their 5th property and moved into the WOW group. And so that's ultimately, I think, what most people try to get to, because it gives them a lot of flexibility with cash flow and if they have a maintenance thing. So I know you got your goal, but just take one step at a time. Don't get in too much hurry. We're going to be here. We're not going anywhere. Our people are here to serve you. And we've been doing this for a long time and we're going to continue to do it. So I'll let you see if you have any final questions before we jump off here.
Oh, can I bring my family in?
Sure. We love to see your family.
Yeah. Great. Let me
see
if they're available. My wife was upstairs. Is it okay if I step up? Just a second.
Yeah, we'll hold. Go ahead. Sure. Jill, is it raining outside your office like it's raining outside my office?
It's raining outside my office too.
Just want to see if it's raining downstairs as hard as it's raining upstairs here.
It is. It's hitting the back window.
I can hear it behind me here. So
sounds like sleep, but I don't know about that.
I
Whatever.
Here we go.
Look.
All right.
And I see 2 little ones.
Oh, and there's Lauren. Hey, Lauren.
There's
Yeah.
Isaac there. Wow.
Yeah. So this is Adeline. She's 5. Say hi.
Hi, Adeline.
And this is Elias.
Elias.
How old are you? You're 2.
2.
2. And this is Isaac.
Isaac.
This is my wife, Lauren.
Hey, Lauren. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
It's great to meet you guys and a great looking family. And we just want to say to both of you guys, thank you for becoming part of the REI family, PPMG family. And thank you for jumping on the call with us today. And Anthony, was there anything else that you wanted to talk about today?
Oh, speaking of the kids, thank you for the book. You know, we got the box that you guys send. It was like Christmas, man. I was so excited for that box. I was like, yeah, it's here. Woohoo! So we opened it up, and then I was like, oh, and here's the book that Kent wrote. I'm so excited. Now everybody knows about that thing. And that's a really cool little gift that you guys got on. It has nothing to do with real estate. It's a kid's book, and it's awesome. And my kids loved it. Yes,
well, we've been putting that out there. I think we did that 4 or 5 years ago. We put it in every box, and we got it out to a few churches and nurseries and preschools and stuff. Anyway, it's a fun little thing. So thank you for your comment on it. But anyway, it's been great visiting with you guys this afternoon, meeting the family, and having you in our REI family. And we look forward to you guys coming to Memphis at some point. All right.
That'd be great.
Love to. That'd be great.
Well, listen, you guys have a great day out there in California, and if you can find your way over this way, we'd be honored to have you in and to meet our great team here. All right.
Definitely. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day. It's a pleasure having you on the call. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.